Hey y'all, it's your girl. Now that Holden's come home, I just wanted to show a bit of my account progress. He came home in only 30 pulls, and I saved up way more than that. So I took myself straight to the permanent banner, and guess who I pulled? Yep, my Lily and Hoyan, which I didn't even need. So, works out, I guess. So, I wanted to show a bit of my account here. I got Hoyan. Oh, God. I love that they're siblings and everything, but I'm getting mixed up with the names so much. Oh my god. Holden, I have him leveled now. He's like the best DPS on my team. I'm not building him as a support. He's doing quite a bit of damage. And I think the thing that is limiting me right now is that I don't have a crit damage piece. I have 2 defense bonuses, and I feel like it's very noticeable that he's critting, but he's not doing a whole lot of damage. But he is doing consistent damage with the amount of counter he's getting because I'm running max Bramble. And I also maxed his first skill, which at the end of it increases the counter attack rate, which is helping me out. So yeah, he's one of my better DPS, but I think he can definitely do better. And the modules aren't all done either, just the one. I kind of want to focus on some other characters as well. But hey, he's here, he's built, and because of that he's built, I had to sacrifice Lian. Because of the Animus Reconfigure coming back, I was like, you know what? I really want to use Holden. I don't care about Lian. She's just here because I wanted to finish my Animus fate. So now she's gone. Yippee! So that's my Holden. Oh, more. I forgot. More on my account. I also pulled a Lily. She's not built in the slightest. I am planning on building her up, but it's just too many things to build right now. I think I've been doing more shell farming than XP and GP outpost farming, so I think that's where my lack of power is coming from. I need to be just building up and leveling up more characters rather than trying to boost shells at the moment. I have been periodically switching out my shells for what are these called? Epics? Yeah, epics from uniques finally. Cause let's be real, everybody right now in the community is talking about how they're doing Terramaton. Inferno, y'all. And I'm still in Nightmare. And you know what? That's okay. I'm just fine in Nightmare. I'm just not gonna concentrate on farming so many pieces because they're eventually gonna be switched out. And I think if I get some more solid stats on my characters, like the GP outpost and just leveling them up to max, I should be in a pretty set spot to at least grind through some of these without without being in too much of a bad spot. I have noticed that I have fallen behind other players, but that's okay. I've been kind of chilling, not doing too much PvP at the moment, just kind of focusing in my lane, doing farming for what I can. And when this 2 times event comes, I'm gonna get the biggest boost because I have stamina ready and I'm gonna max refresh during those days when it goes live, which is tomorrow, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna max refresh both days, and I'm gonna go through all my stamina. And basically, I think I'm just gonna stick with GP Outpost and Investigation so that I can get some base stats on my characters and levels, and then later on I can focus on getting better gear. But I can't get the best gear right now because I'm struggling to clear because my characters aren't leveled. You know what I mean? So I might as well get the base stats that I can rather than trying to keep farming for something I can't obtain, you know? Speaking of things you can't obtain, let's talk about obtaining happiness in this community. I don't know if y'all saw what went down, like, I don't even know, probably 5 or 6 days ago. It feels like forever ago, but I'm sure it was longer probably, when everyone was going nuts about the devs putting mechanics on bosses that weren't there in the beginning. And I think I talked about it in my last video, but I did think it was a little weird and it should have been communicated better. But I feel like everyone was losing their minds. Personally, I wasn't affected, and those that were, I don't know if they're still affected, if you know what I mean. Because the current issue right now is people talking about how Inferno Terramaton can only be cleared with Shadow Sonya, when the Aurora boss was what people were complaining about that Shadow Sonya could no longer do, and that she was now 6 feet under as a character. But people are still using her in other content. So, not sure if people actually use their resets for Shadow Sonya like they wanted, you know? I'm not sure if the community even cares about the nerf anymore. Granted, I think it's gonna stay that way. The devs did say they were going to not touch buffs and nerfs until the RTA seasons finish, which is good, so you can expect and plan. I really like that they came out there and said that. But I really wish they would have explained why they added different buffs to certain bosses that weren't originally there. And I would have, I would have liked a little dev note, like a longer dev note. For those that read, those that really care could have that information. And the thing I find really interesting is that I've seen a number of videos for the same problem characters that were being talked about that were 6 feet under. Now they're being used for Terramaton and the Doki Doki Inferno fight as well, which is like, well, I guess you still need those characters, And personally, I don't think the way I play gacha will ever run into that kind of problem. Because, well, I did reset Lian. I'm probably gonna build her later. She's on my account. I just don't want to use her at the moment. And I think her materials would be better used on Holden. I want to say Hoyan every time. I'm serious. I have to stop myself. I have to say, brain, stop. Please say Holden. So, yeah. Double charged on the accounts, though. I have no idea about any of that. App Store double charges. Personally, I've been a spender, a light one, and I have not got double charged. But I feel like for those instances, they're probably going to reach out to the individual person by person basis, so we might not even see a dev note for that at all, And this is an important time to talk about how it's always good to rush these kind of games, And I think I've said this before, that it's a marathon, not a sprint. And watching everybody lose their minds when I wasn't even halfway to that point, I was just like, it's okay. I am okay. And I get to watch everybody make their mistakes first, and then I can learn from them and build my account later, and then come back a year or two and play PvP like nothing ever happened. So this time, patience really paid off for me in how I play my gacha games. So, if you're feeling like you're behind and your level's not where everybody else is, it's okay to take it slow. And I think in instances like the one this game is currently in, it's actually a good thing to kind of take it slow. See what the devs have planned. Because it seems like they have a hard time making dev notes. And now, because I waited and didn't care too much about the pace of my account, I have a lot of stamina going into this 2x event, and I will be able to basically catch up, I think I'll be level 50, 60. 60 might be too much. But what about you guys? Did you pull for Holden? Did your recent issues mess up your game plan further on? Let me know. Happy to yap with y'all again. Videos are gonna be sporadic. That's just gonna be the type of channel this is. I have no set schedule. Neither does my account. So, thank y'all for sticking with me, and see y'all later.